I want to ask you, I want to be very respectful of your time. I know we probably have gone over time and getting
No
close.
worries, no worries.
I want to ask you something. What did I not ask you that I should have asked you? What is something I didn't ask you that I should have asked you?
This is good. So I would say like well, there's so many things I love talking about, which is really hard. Well, I'll tell you. So one question I get asked, or this is something that I learned that maybe it wouldn't be a question that you'd ask, but it's something I learned about the listening. So I want to go back to that.
Okay.
Is I practice my listening skills with people in my family, people I know, organizations I'm in. And I can tell you that what I did learn is that you can listen too much. So the 80-20 rule is important because if you do 100% listening, you can actually do damage because then the person doesn't really think you're interested and care. And so I did this. I was practicing my listening skills with my mother pre-pandemic. We got together to look at the website for Toastmasters because I'm a Toastmaster. We were in Toastmasters together, and she needed to know how to use the Toastmaster website. So she came over one day. We're sitting in my eating kitchen, and I show her how to use the website. And then we were just chatting. And I think I'm going to talk freely about my mother because the chance of her watching this podcast is slim. But she likes to talk about what's going on and do some venting. And I have a natural fixer personality. But I was trying to get myself out of that, trying to fix everything. So I was just trying to listen because I found with my mom, she doesn't want it fixed. She just wants you to hear her out. She wants to vent. So I did a really good job of listening to my mom. Such a good job that she finally said to me, you know what? I'm just going to go. And I was like, what do you mean you're going to go? Like, what's wrong? And she goes, well, I'm the only one doing the talking here. You're not contributing anything.
Oh, no.
And so what I learned is that there is a too much listening, which most people won't get that far in their, I challenge you to over listen. Because if you can get there, you find where the mark is. But there's that point where they think you're just you just checked out because you're not contributing. So there is a little bit, and if you're introverted, this is harder for you, but there's a little bit of give and take that you have to give. And that's at 20% where you're actually asking questions and engaging with the person. Because if you're not, then they actually think you're just checking boxes off a list, or you're just, shining them on and you're not really interested or care. So that was an interesting lesson that I learned that, well, with my mom, I just try to listen so much that she will stop. Just kidding. I was like, oh my gosh. I listened to my mother out the door, which is funny, but you don't want to listen so much that people don't think you care and they won't come back to be heard. So I thought that was an interesting lesson that you wouldn't even know to ask that, but yeah.
Well, you wouldn't, the way we're set up, I would never ask you, can we listen too much? Type of question, but that's basically, yes, you can. Yeah. Especially if we don't if we just listen. And to the extent, I want to ask you one final thing.
Okay.